Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Well, I wanted to do a little tutorial today and show you how I made this little embellishment, junk journal embellishment. It's made kind of like a specimen card, and you can do the same thing with acetate in the middle, which I didn't use here, but I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. So if you have a die cut machine, then what I did is I took a piece of paper. This is 3 by 3, so I took a piece of paper that was 6 by 3. I'll have to cut this down, and folded it in half and then ran it through my die cut. So let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so what I have here is a piece of paper that is 6 by 3, and I just folded it right down the middle. Okay, now I could, and it doesn't really matter which way it opens because we're going to be gluing it down. So I could put this down on my die cut machine and just put some kind of a square cutout in the middle. But I thought I would do it different this time, just in case you don't have a die cut machine, but you might have some kind of a punch. This is a pretty big punch. You can see the size of it in there. So you can do the same thing by just using your punch. I put my glasses on so I can see. But it's going to be hard to find that exact middle, so we may we may get it off. We may get it just right. It's going to be hard. So I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to, so we can find the middle of it, we just want to put a little mark, and it won't matter with what, because we're going to be cutting this part out. As a matter of fact, we'll even do it on this side. So I'm just going to kind of guess at it. You can measure it if you want to, but I think that'll be close enough. So there's, say that's the center. Now I'm going to unfold this so I've got a handle to pull with, and I'm just going to put that little dot in the center best as I can and try to keep this part straight. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, see, that'll work. Okay, now you've got a pattern where to line this one up. So, and again, we'll do it on the wrong side. Come here, you. All right, I'll get it right in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a little dot on the side I have not cut yet where those 2 points are. So now I can use this top as the handle, and then I can stick this in here and line those 2 little dots up with the cutter, and hopefully it'll be just right. If not, we'll start again. It is. It's fine. Okay, so now what we have is a frame. Now if you don't have a punch, you can use an X-Acto knife, and you could just cut out a square in there. It ain't even got to be a square. It could be a circle. It could be anything you want. All right, so we have that part cut out. Now we need to decide what we want to go on the inside. Okay, so I just went through my stash and just picked out some images that I think would work. This one, I actually have it printed on vellum. So we will put a backing behind it, and I'm just going to trim it off a little bit and then kind of decide. Now you can put these things this way and put a backing behind it if you want it, or you can turn them this way. This one almost fits that way, but not quite. So I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm actually going to use some of this music paper behind there. Okay, and I'm just kind of tearing that out because this part won't really show, but I will cut it down until it is about the right size. All right, so let's see, that music paper. I think I cut it too short. Oh, booey balooey. All right, let's take another piece and let's line it up a little bit better this time. Now, I'm just going to cut part of this top off because I want more of the music to show. Okay, so I'm going to make that fit in there, and then I'm going to glue it down. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the outside edge, and then just a little kind of toward the window in the middle, just to make sure we don't get any gaps in there. And I'm going to glue that side down. Okay, now I'm going to take my ladies and see where I want to put them. See, that'll be so pretty with the music back behind them. I do want some of their hats to show. I don't want to cut that off. So I think I will put them in there about right there. Okay, now, so there's my ladies. So they're in there like that. I haven't glued this down yet. And then I chose this image for the back. And I'm just trying to decide where I want it and how much of it I want. I would like to have a good bit of those birds. That may not. Yeah, I think I can make it work. All right, so I'm just going to cut it off somewhere about right there. I'm going to make this a little bit shorter so that the background shows a little bit. Let's see if that'll do it. Okay. I'm wishing I hadn't glued that down and I could have stuck that more underneath the frame. I almost could. It's not glued real tight. Okay, so let's cut this bottom part off. I didn't want to cut the bird's tail, but I may have to. All right, I'll just slide that somewhere there. Okay, this will work. All right, so I'm just going to cut this a little bit shorter. I'm going to cut this side just a little bit shorter, and then I'm going to take my, here it is, corner rounder. I'm just going to round these corners a little bit just to make it cuter, cuter, cuter. All right. And yeah, I would say put your photo on first before you glue that down. Don't do it like I did. Although I still was able to get it up under the edges slightly. Slightly. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Make sure that went back up under, because you want this to look like it's framing your photo. Okay, I'll put it like that. So there's that. There's that. All right, I did not seem to glue this right here, and I don't want it to fold up. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and glue the whole thing shut. All right, so here we are. We've got this 3x3 cute little kind of like a specimen slide. All right, now, as you can see on this one, I inked the edges. Because we have to ink everything, don't we? So just kind of ink the edges up a little bit. Okay, let's do this side. I'm not doing it real dark, just kind of a light coat, just enough to vintage it up a little. All right, now, ta-da, so cute. Let's put just a little right in there too. All right, now, as you can see on this one, I added some dots, some pearl dots, and a word, a phrase down here, and just some frou-frou here and there. And some of them I put beads and stuff on the side. So let's frou-frou this one up. Okay, so I just have this little sticker sheet, and it's got a little phrase on it. It says, "One today is worth 2 tomorrows." And I'm going to put that down on the bottom, and it's already a kind of a distressed color, so I'm not going to add anything else to that. And then I got some more of these little dots that I used on that other one. And I thought, well, they're pretty cute, and they look good on here. But this time I'm only going to use one. Now, these have sticky stuff on the back of them already, and it's pretty sticky, but I always just add a little something because I don't know if I trust it. You know, I want to make sure that it can go in and out of a journal without falling off. Okay, now let us glue. Nothing seems to be where I want it today. Let's glue this little beautiful little cameo. So I had to go get some a little bit stronger glue. This is 3-in-1 because I want that little cameo to be right there. Alrighty. And I'm thinking we might want some lace. Let's see, we could go over the corner right there. Oh, I like it. Let's do it. So let's go over the corner with this lace. So I'm just going to kind of draw a line, a corner line right there. And I'm just going to put this little piece of lace right there just to kind of dress it up a little bit. Okay, so let's trim this off. I should let that dry a little bit before I go a trimming. Okay, now, so got a little bit of lace there. You could put lace somewhere if you wanted, somewhere else if you want to. All right, now what I want to do is I want to hang a little beaded dangle from that edge. Let's look into the top. Don't see it. So we're going to punch a hole and put an eyelet so we can hang a dangle. Okay, so I have a 1/8 inch hole punch, and I'm just going to kind of punch right there. And I have some eyelets here, and I'm going to choose pink, and we're going to put our eyelet in the little hole, and then we are going to clamp it. There we go. All right, so there's our little eyelet. It is in there. Now, let's get a bulb pin, which you can hang it from anything you want to. But I'm going to go, in this case, a bulb pin. And for a dangle, I chose a charm. I want to do a charm. It could be this sweet little butterfly. Let's do that. That's pretty sweet. All right, so again, I'm going to load up my bulb pin with large seed beads or rocailles, just because I like it that way. It's not a rule, but that's just how I do it. I just like any extra bling or beads anywhere is always a plus for me. I love them. Okay, now I'm going to take a jump ring, and I don't want a real big one because I want this to, I don't want it to stick out too far on the page. You know, I want it to be kind of, it's already going to have a little bit of bulk to it, so we don't want to make it any worse. Okay, I'm going to open my jump ring. I am going to add my butterfly, and I'm going to close, come on, close the jump ring. Then I'm going to feed it onto my bulb pin and put my last little 3 beads on there. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then it's a matter of just deciding how to hang it so that the butterfly, the front of the butterfly shows, because it's a one-sided butterfly. And so many times I do this wrong. As soon as I hang it, it'll be like, ah, wrong side. But let's see if we got it right this time. There it is. Okay, it's hanging right. What do you know? I got it right the first time. Okay, so I added some embellishments and stuff on that side. So on the back side, I would not add any more embellishments because it would just make it too thick and stuff like that. But you could add some lace if you want to. See, that'd be pretty right there. Let's do that. And that won't really add to the thickness of the overall little card tag, whatever you want to call it. And then you can use these, if you only did, say, one side, you could use them as a page tab. It'd be kind of a large tab, but you could still do it. If you only do one side, you could glue 2 sides down like this and this. This could be a pocket, or glue all 3 sides. Or even if you did a page tab and left the dangle hanging out, and say you put your page about right here, let that hang out, but you could glue it here, here, and here, leave this open, and you could slide something else to stick out on the edge, you know, maybe some ribbon or something. So that's all there is to that. Now, let's look at the one with the acetate in the middle. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this or not. Maybe you can see it. These are just 2 pieces of acetate, but it has sticky stuff on it. So you just peel it off and it's sticky on one side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to peel off one side and I'm going to lay it sticky side up. Okay, so it's facing me. You can put anything you want in there. Just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do stickers. And since you're going to see both sides, I was going to try to find 2 just alike. Okay, so these guys are alike. So, you know, you're going to pretend this is your real butterfly. So, let's just put him at a little angle. Okay, so my sticky side is up now. So I want to take, I'm thinking, hold on. Is that how I want to do it? No, because that's not going to be the same on the back. Oh, fiddle-dee-dee. Okay. Well, should have had a 2-sided image. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it face down. So I may not have it end up with a 2-sided image after all. I didn't do it right. Because you'll just see the back of him on the back if you flip it over. And then you'll do the same thing, you know, cut your frame, slide this in there, and just glue it down, and then decorate it any way you want to. Now, I could take this other butterfly and just glue him. Which one was it? Yeah, I could just glue him. I could just stick him. Ah, no, not before I tear him. I just tore him, poor guy. But I could stick him right there and make it look like a double-sided. But, of course, I didn't line it up exactly, and I knew that would happen. So now you've got a double-sided image, okay? So you get the point anyway. And then just stick it inside your frame and glue it closed. So really, that's all there is to it. The rest of it is the same. So you can put anything you want to in the middle. So anyway, guys, I hope I've inspired you today. Go out there and get creative and have fun. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.